Hey Team USA fans, I'm down here in Austin, Texas at Team USA practice. We are so honored to have the athletic trainers from St. Vincent Sports Performance here with us this entire week, and I'm here with head athletic trainer Dave Weikel. Can you kind of tell me, this has been might a little bit be a different experience for some of these players, doing two-a-day practices, having a lot of work, not a lot of rest. How are you handling that as far as keeping them fresh?
Well, you know, the coaches have done a great job of doing the right amount of work. Obviously, they got to get some work in. They got a lot of stuff to accomplish in a short amount of time. And the coaching staff has done a great job of getting the work in but not overworking them. And we've got a good group of guys here that are good about taking care of themselves and knowing that we're here for them. And we've just been doing a lot of maintenance with icing, stretching, a lot of range of motion, make sure they're hydrated. You know, a lot of these guys haven't done much since football season, so it was a little bit of a wake-up call for some of them, but overall they've done a great job with it.
And as an athletic trainer, I mean, I'm sure you see football players all the time, and we have a lot of young guys coming in for the U16 and U18 games. What would you say to some of the younger players is one of the best ways to prevent injuries in something like this?
Something like this is really, the key is just to be smart. Don't let the little things become big things, and that's something we've harped on with these guys, is if they get a little tweak or twinge or bruise, you know, let's take care of it now and not try to tough it out and wait till it's really, you know, to the point where they can't go before they say something to us. Our goal is to play on Tuesday. If we need to modify some things on Saturday or Sunday, you know, that's not a big deal. We need to be ready for Tuesday.
And talking about hydration, kind of what would you say are some things you might want to stay away from when you're coming up to a big game? And how much water, how much you need to be doing to make sure you are fully prepared for a big game?
Yeah, you know, that's a mistake a lot of kids make is, you know, like all these energy drinks are so popular right now, and it's important to realize that just because you're drinking fluid into your body, that's not necessarily being hydrated, and you really need to stay away from the high caffeine and caffeinated drinks and really stick with the waters and Gatorades, Powerades, sports drinks. Those are going to have the electrolytes and the nutrients that you need to help stay hydrated, as opposed to the caffeinated drinks. Those actually act the opposite and will actually dehydrate you.
And we, like I said, are lucky to have our head trainers here. But what about for parents if they don't have trainers at their home teams, and if their child is injured, what is the one thing that they should do? Should they address that right away? Do they need to go on the field and be the one to help, or how do they do that?
You know, that's a tricky situation. You know, most parents don't want to be that parent that's hovering all the time. You know, if you don't have an athletic trainer available at your games or practices, you can a rule of thumb that I always tell everybody: you can never go wrong with ice. If you suspect any type of a sprain, strain, bump, bruise, you can always ice it. You never heat right off the bat. And that's, you know, some people still feel, oh, you go home and soak in the hot tub after practice. That's like the worst thing you can do. So you can never go wrong with ice and compression. You know, the old acronym RICE, rest, ice, compression, elevation. You know, that's kind of a rule of thumb that you can never go wrong with.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much. And we are just honored to have the St. Vincent Sports Performance team out with us here with Team USA.